Are you feeling a little bit spacey or a little bit out of it, feeling a little bit tired, not sure exactly what to do? It's probably because today's a day for receiving, and that means that people that you need to have a long-term conversation with, here's a day that they're open to listen. So if you have something that's tenuous or something that you need to discuss, today's the day to do that. And we're going to be talking about that today with some people that we're bringing up. So stay tuned for that. Put down a single word on what your intention is for the day. What is it that you're looking to get out of today, and how do you feel? How you doing there? Hey, Stacy Harder. Hi, Dee. Does DE help remove oxalates? Yes, it does. Your body removes oxalates when it's functioning properly. DE helps your body function properly. And we have several people coming up today. It's going to be a really good one. Not to be stressed and vibrate, love. Relaxing intestines. Trust. Okay, you guys feeling that today? Trust? Is that a word that... Abundance? Is it abundance because you don't feel abundant, or is it abundant because you want to? Say something for bow legs. You guys, for specific questions like that, for like bow legs as an example, that's a conversation. You can DM us and we'll give you some answers, because me just saying a word or two isn't going to do anything here. Do you know much about reversing goiter or hyperthyroidism? Yeah, you know, if you have hyperthyroidism, get in our 28-day reset. Take our 28-day reset supplements. I would actually do the reset. Actually, if you have hyperthyroidism, like, bite the bullet. If you didn't do the reset, do it exactly as it says. Plan on doing it for 2 months. Most people are done within the second month. Food map was not fat. Thoughts? I'm not sure, Jimmy Dillon, what you're saying exactly. Sleep apnea, expansive, free. Cause want for abundance. Ankylosing spondy. So for spondy, you definitely want to get into the 28-day reset, because you have to take care of your nervous system and you have to get the body hydrated. Spondy always, in every single case I've ever worked with, is chronically dehydrated with inflammation. Hi there.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. What's your name?
Jimmy Dillon. I'm in Maui. Aloha.
Oh, aloha. Do you live in Maui, Jimmy?
I do. I live up country in Kula. Yeah.
Oh, cool. And Jimmy, what do you do for a living, out of curiosity?
I'm a professional musician, tour around the world and that kind of thing, record. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's fantastic. And what do you play, out of curiosity?
I play guitar. I also teach online quite a bit.
Oh, do you? So on Instagram and TikTok, or?
Yeah, Jimmy Dillon 007 is me.
Oh, I've seen you. I have.
Yeah.
Okay,
I teach.
Okay, I get it now. I've seen you. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So, what was your question?
So my situation is this, Gary. I was diagnosed with IBS about a year ago, and I'd had some ongoing gut issues. And I was about 185 at the time. I'm a tall, thin guy in general. And so I went on.
Are you a Capricorn?
I'm a Virgo, September 4th.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. That by the way, that is the issue for Virgo, by the way.
That I know. Yeah. My
okay.
My wife is very astrologically erudite, let's say. Anyway, okay. I do yoga, I meditate. I'm a pretty healthy lifestyle guy. I don't drink. I've been sober for 34 years, so I'm aware of my body and my soul and my heart and how to care for it in general. But this gut thing has really set me back. So I went on a variety of Whole30, and then I kind of got more refined and studied about the low FODMAP with the Monash Institute, in Australia, and signed up for the Nerva hypnotherapy, and did various things about it. The problem was I'm going on the low FODMAP to kind of get rid of the inflammation diet. Along the way, it's so limited and it's hard to do on your own without some sort of
and it's hard to do when you travel too.
Yeah, and so I was here at the time. My wife was in Santa Cruz, though, so I was sort of on my own with my cat. And it was tough, and I lost some weight. And honestly, the first 10 pounds I was kind of happy with. I sort of lost that old man gut thing. And that was fine. And then I went down a litany of tests. I did MRI, CT, ultrasound. I had a parasite at one point, an silica, which is not a fun parasite. Sure. Just to throw another wrench into the thing. So I had to do some antibiotics, which I don't like to do, but I had to do it to get rid of it because it's a very difficult parasite to deal with. So I did that. If you're in Mexico ever, you're probably familiar with it, but I traveled a lot in South America and stuff. So that being said, fast forward to after my colonoscopy in July, which I had now ruled out, through testing and fecal tests and blood tests and everything else, everything but the microbiome test, which I'm looking into. I ended up losing more weight than I wanted to lose, and it just kept coming off. And so now I'm down to 140 for 180 or 150 for 185, which is alarming at my stature and my age, 72.
Wow, you're 72?
Yeah, I'm 72.
You're well preserved.
Thanks. Yeah. Rock and roll keep you young, So anyway, here I am, and having gone down every rabbit hole in the book, and including watching you many, many times, and I appreciate your work a lot. And I live in a great place on Maui and all that. My life's good, but so it's the weight loss is kind of and I worked with an amazing healer, John Impey here.
What are you taking for supplements?
Well, for supplements, I've kind of gone around and around. I went down the Gundry rabbit hole for a minute and did that whole thing, but I generally do, digestive enzymes, with my food, Pure, which is a pretty good company. And then, a series of like powdered C, vitamin B, D with zinc, let's see, on and on. Premier, I've been using Premier for the B, and, various different things. And then magnesium as needed along the way, to move things along. So I've kind of experimented with various different things. I know you've talked a lot about Irish sea moss and diatomaceous earth and stuff. And so I guess what I'm saying is I'm very open to suggestions. And
sure.
Now I'm at the point where it's like hell or high water. I got to gain weight. It's like I can't be too picky if it's Kate Hills or, not Ensure, but I'm not going to eat junk, but I need to put on 10 pounds for sure because I have very little muscle mass now. Yeah.
Okay, so I after my decade of clinical experience, my 25 years of training people with weight from being a bodybuilder and athlete working myself, I do not find a direct correlation between food intake and weight anymore. And I thought I did, but I would always have these weird circumstances where you have somebody who is eating a lot of food and they can't gain weight, or somebody who's eating no food and can't lose weight. And so I find it more of a direct correlation to emotions, and you're a Virgo. So Virgo, first of all, has a small intestine issue. That's a predisposition. Small intestine issues are where you're absorbing nutrients. So you're
like a SIBO? Like a SIBO thing?
SIBO is one of the issues that's in the small intestine, but from what you're telling me and from what my experience is, you're telling me you're not absorbing nutrients.
Right, correct. Okay.
So the reason why we recommend diatomaceous earth is because, the whole protocol we have, the 28-day reset protocol, was designed by for people like you that have done everything right, done every other program, something's still not right. And what Human Garage in the clinical path, before we were famous, the only people we ever had were people that had tried everything else didn't work, including practitioners. What we found is a couple things. Number one is that in Hawaii or in the United States or in Canada or in Mexico now, they're spraying geoengineering in the sky. In there's barium, strontium, and aluminum. Barium depletes the body's silica. When the body's deficient in silica, it does not absorb vitamins or minerals properly. If we don't absorb minerals, we don't hold waters which are necessary to process vitamins, which then build hormonal pathways. So that's the very first thing. So if you did nothing else but just take diatomaceous earth, my bet is that things would start to change for you. Okay. And this is why I don't believe in long-term supplementation. I believe that supplementation is actually most of the problem that people have. And this is where I differ from the rest of the world now, because I've tried everything. I mean, I've had personally over 15,000 patients, and I've coached or mentored roughly in the hundreds of thousands of people through these programs, right?
Yeah. Speak of probiotics, right? You know.
Yeah. And those are good. Those are good. I honestly, I suggest here's what you do.
Okay.
And I'll contribute my side to you to help this work out.
Okay.
I'm going to send you our supplements,
Okay.
which you can get from natural food. But right now, these are accelerators. They have some patent ingredients that accelerate them. The the IBS has a couple things that go along with it. They have a parasitic activity.
Mm-hmm.
They have dehydration of the fascial and the organ tissue, and they have inflammation. Those are the three things that have to be taken down in order for you to start absorbing nutrients, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The diatomaceous earth has diatoms in it, which are like scrub buds. They go inside the small intestine and they scour off junk that's on the wall. That junk on the wall is blackened lines of mucus from years and years and years, and that is what that's the first and most primary thing that starts. And when that's there, you can't absorb nutrients. Mm-hmm. The other part too is the irritable bowel. Almost always in the ileocecal valve area.
Yes, that's where my pain is. Yeah.
Take your hand on your belly button.
Yep.
Go to the right 2 inches.
Yeah.
And down 2 inches.
Okay.
Pull up on that and just step forward with your other foot.
Yeah, I'm familiar with this one.
Yeah. We're doing that right now and see what happens.
Okay, let me get you over on my piano where I can. Oops. All right. Okay. So, and then step forward with the left foot. Yeah. And then this up here.
Yeah. And then so pull over the right hip, pull it up.
Yep.
So that you feel it going into leg. Step forward with the left leg.
Yep.
And lean back. So pull it with, use both hands actually. Pull that skin up.
Both hands. Okay.
Yeah, like you're like really pulling up. Look upwards and breathe. Put your head right up, stretch it up.
It's interesting because this is where my area of pain is 90% of the time.
That's what I'm talking about. That's okay. Now just move around a little bit.
Yeah.
Does that create a blood rush to your head?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've done this one before.
So this is something that with dehydration, think about a valve between the small and large intestine. It's like a sausage case. So
ileocecal, yeah.
Yeah, but what happened, this is in every case of autoimmune and IBS that I've ever had clinically or otherwise, is that when we get the hydration back in and we get this flowing, it stops because the IBS happens when the bacteria, I've noticed is from the small intestine gets in the large intestine,
right,
and it just creates havoc. And
if it's not digested properly, then it causes gas.
Yes. Right. And that gas is only the pressure that you feel from the gas is because the valve is lodged closed, it's not opening fast.
Right.
So that's a movement that I do it on both sides. When I have that condition, I do that movement 3 times per day.
Okay, because I do have it does mitigate to the migrate, I should say, to the left side sometimes. I do have diverticulosis on the left side in the descending.
Okay, we got it. Listen, honestly, the 28-day reset protocol is going to help you. The lower reset, actually, what I want you to do is I want you to DM me. I'm going to send you some more details specifically on this. You can be through this, in my opinion, in between 30 and 60 days and never have this issue again.
That'd be great.
Yeah, and so let's just do that. The 28-day reset protocol, I'm going to give you a few extra specific movements to do. Okay. And then I'm also going to give you some to do with your hands and your wrist.
Okay.
Because you play.
Yeah, I did play in team every day.
Okay, and this actually affects, for a Virgo, it affects the way you mentally process and the way your hormones go.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm going to send you our supplements. I'm going to tell you to get the BioOptimizer probiotic masszymes and prolytic enzyme, because what they are, they're proteolytic. What they do is they're not just an enzyme. the way that they work is they destroy bacteria that's deleterious.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a very, very different. It's a patented formula, and you know, like we developed these processes on people that had gone everywhere else, and it works.
Okay, and then do I know how to reach you? I don't know how.
Yeah, just DM me on Instagram.
Oh, on Insta, okay.
And just say you were on the live with me, and then they'll pass it through. And then what I'm going to do is, and I'll send you our supplements so that you'll see the difference. And then we partner with BioOptimize. We're going to ask you to get those ones, and you combine those for the course of the 28 days. You'll have a massive change.
I gotcha. And by the way, two things. You're welcome on Maui anytime. We have a great place up here. And I do a lot of seminars and stuff teaching around the world. So I really appreciate your work a lot.
What's the start of a good friendship?
Yeah, this is great. I've been following you for a while, and we've chatted a little on this thing. And I feel like it's really auspicious that today of all days, well, it's a
spiritual day in belief. So it's where I'm adjusting my spiritual beliefs. So today's a day where if I have a touchy conversation, I could have it with somebody, they'll hear it. So for a Virgo, today's a day where I will hear what I need to hear.
Wow, amazing. I was born in the Builder, September 4th.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go see a psychic later today. So maybe there's a lot of kismet going on here.
So here's my psychic prediction. You're going to learn something.
Okay, great. Well, thanks for your time. And again, I appreciate it.
I look forward to talking to you. It's going to be fun.
Take care now. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. That was awesome. Jimmy Dillon, 007. I do know who you are. That's funny. Julie, let's talk about this. We got a Gemini coming on here to talk. Julie is one of our coaches. Hello, Julie.
Hello.
Hey, so I know you and lots of people know you, but for the people who don't, tell them your birthday.
I'm June 18th.
So you're a Gemini, and you're 28 degree, right? Or no,
26. I'm a 26.
Yeah, Capricorn, Gemini, and you're a coach with Human Garage, and so when people do the 28-day reset right now, and they go on one of the programs and they do one of the classes, you're likely to be one of the people that are doing the online classes, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Super excited, and so Julie. How long have you been, what is your journey? You've started off as a body worker?
Yes, I've been a massage therapist. I'm going on 34 years, but I've never really done a traditional massage. I've always looked for techniques that have been most supportive. So I've done a lot of fascial work over the years and visceral work, cranial work, more in that realm. And then when I was introduced to you, I'm very excited about this. It's coming up to my 1-year anniversary.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's
I'm just being introduced to you.
Out of curiosity.
Pardon me?
What day was your 1-year anniversary? Do you remember?
Well, I did the 1-day reset on January 1st, 2023.
Whoa. Yeah, you are coming up to it. That's powerful. You know what's funny? Because we're going to be doing a January 1st class. I don't think we've announced it yet, but that would be cool to talk about all the things that you've changed in you in 1 year.
Yeah, I would love to play along if I can in any way in that class, because it feels like probably the most powerful anniversary of my life.
So what's happened for you over the last year?
Well, I thought I was getting these so-called techniques in order to support my clients. And meanwhile, I was a practitioner that was burning out completely with a huge wait list. It sounds a little familiar, I think, to your story. And as the year went on, I started to feel more and more agitated about how I was practicing. So I got to around May or June, and then I started getting deeper into the program. I got into Lifestyle 1 and then Lifestyle 2 and started having more communication with you all. And you were supporting me back to become the best version of myself. And with that, I've let go the need to fix anybody. And I feel most responsible for myself in the world. So I've made a massive change in that place. There's nobody I need to fix, and I just need to be here in the world for myself, supporting people in the best way.
That's a big switch. It took us a while to come off of the, because what happens is everybody knew me as a fixer. So when all of a sudden I wasn't willing to fix anybody anymore, you know, like I had to stop. And I had people like friends and family that were angry. It's like, what do you mean you're not going to fix me? No, you have to do it yourself. I'll help you.
I have that too, Gary. I have that too. I had clients that were just like so pissed off at me and the more pissed off they were, the less I'd let them on the table. Now I'm letting people a lot more on the table because I'm letting them do their part on the table. Now I've learned how to kind of co-collaborate with them on the table. So it's gotten a lot better.
Yeah. And it's a really different way of doing it. So you've gone through the 28-day reset. You went through lifestyle artist, level 1. Level 2, you're a coach and you've been coaching people. What do you notice is happening out there? Like, what do you see around you in your world?
Well, there's two places. People are either completely buried with their head in the sand, maybe not seeing the bigger picture. I'm not sure how else to describe that. Or they're really wanting to make a change. So, and it's interesting. One of the things I've noticed since I've gotten back from Costa Rica is that I just listen to my clients, ask them where their limitations are, and often they'll go to tears. So I think there's a lot of emotional strife. I think the biggest place is the emotional place for people. So
now, after working with the physical body for so many years, how now looking and seeing all these emotions that contribute to that, do you look at people now and say, what do I got to fix? Or do you go, like you said, do you go to them and see what's going on emotionally? Because if you don't deal with the emotions, what are you noticing is happening with people?
Well, their problem just continues to be a problem. And they run to practitioner more or less, or to medical model, not have answers, get on some medications that serve them maybe short term, but long term they don't feel so well.
Right. And when you're with clients today, what do you notice is different in the results when you're working with them?
It's just so different because they see themselves as being part of their process. So the results are better. Like somebody with a pelvic floor prolapse came to see me and she said, and it was, she actually DM'd me. She found me from Instagram. And she had one session with me, and she said the longest she's had a feeling that of no pelvic floor prolapse has been 1 day. She had one session with me, and she actually had 4 days of freedom. And I find that to be a pretty good win, and she wanted to come back and do more work. And she did let go of some emotions around that.
Yeah, I did a pelvic floor prolapse video. Did you ever see that one?
Was that the butthole stuff?
Well, yeah, not only the butthole, but I did it with Dr.
Okay.
I did it in August or something, but it's a whole women's health pelvic floor issue. And I did the entire prolapse, how to fix a prolapse.
Oh,
it's a live video.
I'd love to take. Wow, I'm not sure if I saw that. I saw one where sitting on a ball or sitting on something and finding the uncomfortable places around the pelvic floor and breathing and rotating around them. I'm not sure if that was.
It's in there. It's in there. So go back around August,
cool.
I guess.
Love to.
It'd be August or early September. And you'll see it. It says fixing prolapse live. And I give all the diagrams for it too. I don't know if that's a good point. I gotta remind Gail to get that because it might or might not be up on YouTube as well. But that you can add that to your practice, because the explanation, if you send it out to people who have a prolapse, a lot of times they'll go, okay, yeah, that makes sense. I felt this, and it gives some very specific attributes of the treatment to help with that.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it was it? I don't think it was on Cynthia. Oh, maybe it was on Cynthia. No, it wasn't on Cynthia. It was on somebody else. And I had Dr. Icha's son there, and we were talking about it in detail. So Julie, what was it
Yes.
like going? I mean, you've been doing fascial maneuvers by yourself. Then you did them with a group in Toronto. What was it
Yep.
like in a larger group event? What was happening for you, or what did you notice?
Well, um, every emotion came out of my body in the form of shaking. Actually, some people in the class thought that I might have Parkinson's. My lower body was shaking like a leaf, and yet I stayed calm and clear with my ability to speak. So I knew I was coming from an authentic place, and I just needed to let something go.
That's awesome. And what was it about the shaking?
I feel like I was letting go old feelings about myself, about doubting myself and feeling my strength. I feel like we all have this beautiful strength within us, and sometimes we don't allow that to shine. We push that down. And when I stood in front of the group, I felt so powerful, but there was that part of me that says, no, don't be too big. Don't be too big in the world. So there's been that in my life. And I'm only 5'2", so I'm not too big anyway.
I got to tell you, that surprised me. I had you at like 5'7", 5'8",
Yeah.
and then when I saw you, it's like the gap, because you're big in personality. And so and this is part of the fun, is that the majority of people that we work with, we've never met in person. It's all been done online. And so when you see people online, sometimes you get shocked, because you come across as a very big, strong personality. And then and not that you're not strong, but that all that strength is packed into that 5'2".
Mm-hmm.
So we have an event coming up on December 16th in Vancouver, and people go to a class like that, but they've never been to a class like that. What would you tell them?
If they've never been to a class, just go and become part of it. You're going to feel such a beautiful energy of connection with all these other people who are moving and breathing the same way you do. There's just so much power in that, to let go physical, emotional pain, whatever you need to let go of. It's going to be there, and it could be the beginning of a journey. Go and see what it feels like for you.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. So what are
And fun. You guys are super fun. I mean, we had so much fun in Costa Rica. We played hard, and it was awesome too.
It was. I mean, actually, to be honest with you, because I normally we would be pushing the limit of people with the amount of movements we did. In other words, people would be breaking down a bit more. And this trip, no one did really, which was amazing. I mean, there were some minor breakdowns in people, but usually when you're doing fascial maneuvers 2 or 3 times a day, in different circumstances, people start having like literally, it goes from emotional release to emotional crisis. And so I was really surprised, and I still am trying to get my head around why it was so different. I think a lot of it was because a lot of you were lifestyle artists that had been in the program for a long time.
Yeah, and if I could speak to that, which I will, because I'm a Gemini and I do speak to everything, is the big part of it was you guys, you all as a foursome and then beyond with all your incredible people that are supporting you. You're amazing. And then you get a bunch of like-minded people together that are speaking in real time about how they're feeling and able to process things. It becomes a different world of interconnectedness, and we needed you there, but some of us, not always. We were able to work through our stuff ourselves, and it was very empowering, very empowering.
Well, that's what we want, because I'm not going to be there always. As a matter of fact, by this time next year, the goal of this was not to be in a business. I'm moving away from that. I'm moving away from the grind, and I want to show people how to get out of it. So we've set up all these systems. Like part of the coaching program that you're on is taking over for what we used to do for people along their journeys in the 28-day reset and the lifestyle artist program. And the idea is that, when you're moving past that, there's somebody else coming in and taking that spot too. That's the beauty about our program, is that it's worldwide, and it's people helping people. And to be honest with you, you're better to help somebody who's new than I am today anyways, because for me, I'm like, I have trouble sometimes relating to someone who's brand new, because I know the tolerance and patience of waiting for somebody who, you know, wants to still live an old lifestyle, who still wants to put chemicals in their body, who still believes that everything that happens to them is hurting them instead of helping them. Those are tough concepts. And once you get over the other side, it's like coming to another religion and talking about it.
Yeah, I agree with that. Interesting that you spoke of that, because being connected with you all for that week in such a clean environment, and I live in Toronto, as you spoke about with the our guitar player that started this with you. We both live in a pretty not clean city and lots of chemtrails and stuff. One thing I noticed on my first shower was I smelled chlorine coming out of the tap. That was the weirdest sensation. I think all my perceptions were just so much broadened from being down there with you all and having that experience.
Well,
that's
I mean,
wow.
That's what we wanted to do is, I can tell you that, okay, so when we were in Joshua Tree, the pool had chlorine in it, and I went in one day, but then the odor of the chlorine came up and would come into the building, right? And I just was, because I normally won't go in a pool that has chlorine. And I thought, well, I'm going to try this out. It's a limited time. I'm going to see what happened. But what happened is that I wasn't able to sense the difference after the single time I went in the pool with chlorine. So for the rest of that trip, I couldn't tell what was happening in my body. And then I got back to Mexico, and then, oh my gosh, I started to detox, both emotionally and physically, from being in Joshua Tree.
Yeah, I get that, because probably about the first 9-10 days back, I was just draining out of every pore in my system as well. It showed up. I mean, I still sound slightly scratchy, but feeling a lot better. But it was just draining out of my head and my throat, coughing and stuff. So I get that as well.
So you're a Gemini. You're in your head all the time, right?
Yeah.
So what do you do to get out of your head? Like, what is it for other Geminis or Virgos or Capricorns who are like overthinking? What do you do?
Well, fascial maneuvers, of course. Fascial maneuvers fascial maneuvers is a gift. Well, things around the bowel. I love the bowel. I love the fingers. I love anything on the head, feet. So I love it all. And then the other things that I've found to probably be almost important as a fascial maneuver is simply taking your hand, putting it on your heart, putting the other one over, or creating some affirmations with your left hand on your head. Any of those feelings get me right down connected to the ground and out of my head, and it makes me feel so much better. So much better.
Somebody said about chlorine in the water. What I recommend, if you have chlorine in the water, you can get a vitamin C shower head. So shower outside of that. Number two is, and that'll get rid of fluoride too, you can get a vitamin C bath bomb. And then I tend to take more baths. And by the way, if I have the opportunity, bath versus shower, I always take a bath. Because when you take a bath, your body, once it sits in water, it lets go of toxins. In the shower, it kind of does.
I see that.
So you guys, now you coach people online still? Or do you?
Well, a few different ways. Yes, I've coached people online. I see them directly in my practice. I have a class up at the Columbus Center in Toronto, which, by the way, I'm going to put a little shout out. I'm going to be putting a note on. We're going to be starting our next round of 10 classes in January, starting, I think it's the 9th or the 10th, whatever that Tuesday night is, at 7:15 p.m. And we have a demo for that this coming up Tuesday at 7:15 p.m. So I'll post that for everyone, anyone in the Toronto area who'd like to come.
Me, so I'll put that on mine, and and also in the app, of course, put it in the community.
Yeah. Yeah, and I could see us, Toronto is such a massive area. I see us with large group stuff happening, and I'd like to get to be part of that at some point. Right now, starting small, but we'll see where that goes. I got the bug after working with you all there. It just felt so wonderful.
I can tell you that, I went from working one-on-one in a clinical environment to working with groups. What changed for me is you get more reflections in a group. That means my own trauma release, my own healing happened faster when I worked in groups.
Yeah, I can see that just with the 6 people that have been in my my first round of Tuesday night class. It was really nice. I can see all the shifts and feeling it reflecting right back to myself.
I'll give you
pretty
some good
awesome.
shout outs because Toronto is an area, one of the areas people always ask us, hey, I want somebody in that area, and there hasn't been a lot of people. So how far is it outside of like downtown Toronto?
People would usually know the place Yorkdale Mall. I'm just west of Yorkdale Mall.
I know where Yorkdale Mall is.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Go off the 400 and 401 in Keele, or Jane and 401.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, literally, I put out a couple messages because I like to just get people into it right now. Once they know that it's there, it'll start to spread. The challenge is that there hasn't been a good way, and we're working on it. So we have a new system coming up, which everybody will be available to soon, to combine everything, so we can put everything in one place, and then that way community events can happen there. And people can find them a lot easier, because right now it's like you got to go to somebody's Instagram, you got to go to our events page, which one is which. It's not exactly easy.
Yes. And the other thing we were thinking of us doing is doing maybe satellite. The Thursday nights we have here at GTA Fascial Movers Group, which I was not the starter of that. Daniela was, and Luis and Lori were the co-founders of that. I just jumped in with them when I found out about it. But we were thinking of almost doing satellite, or maybe doing Zoom if people wanted us to Zoom in a meeting from another place and kind of see what we can do there. We're just trying to throw ideas around.
Satellite is good. I can tell you from doing this, if you're doing a class locally and you go on Zoom, neither of them will get the attention that they need. We've tried it 100 different ways. So either do a complete online class where you have somebody there and you're answering questions and they have somebody there. So you get, for like partner maneuvers, you could do a partner maneuvers class with table, and you can bring practitioners in, which would be very valuable. Try that out. The other part too is somebody wants to find class online. Right now, you actually do classes on Zoom through the 28-day reset.
Yes, I do them on Monday afternoon with the 28-day reset. Every other week, there's more hosts than coaches, so I'm every other week, but I do show up every week to support community. So
yeah, and so anybody who's looking for classes, we do Zoom classes. Get in the 28-day reset. This is what's cool about the program. It's an entire program. Yeah, it's entirely free. You have live events that you can go to ask questions. You have live processing events to process emotions, and all this is free. And this is part of your donation or giving, contributing your time and effort to make this happen. And this is what makes it all go around, is when people like you who have specific skill are willing to help other people without having a return. That's why the return gets so big on their side. So people can reach out to you.
The return's right here, Gary. It just feels so good inside. It feels good. It just, there's no better feeling than how I've been feeling in the last several months.
So if people are in Toronto area, it's Fascial Fitness with Julie. You can go to it. You can find you in the app as well. And they can also get into the 28-day reset and watch and go to your classes.
Beautiful.
Julie, thank you so much. Appreciate
Thank you so much.
I'm looking forward to hearing what your 1 year is about.
Thank you. I will definitely post in January, that's for sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, so that's super powerful if you want to get to her class. So guys, remember, if you're on the outside and you want to get help, you get into the 28-day reset. The reason why we do this is if you're willing to spend the time to help yourself, you get in that reset. Inside the reset, you can go to events in the 28-day reset, and there's a whole series of other events that are available. I think it's almost every day of the week. And you can go to get a class. You can go if you're having issues processing or trauma, or don't know what to do, or can't get over emotions, or don't know how to get motivated. There's a whole group of classes that are there to support classes. And again, these are all free of charge, and they're in that 28-day reset. I encourage you get in and do those. Hey, Marcus, how you doing? After your 72 hours, let's talk to Coach Ikwe. Coach Ikwe is online all the time, and super. Hey, Ikwe.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. Morning.
So for people who don't know you, I mean, I think most everybody on this would know you, but for people who don't, give me a little bit of your background, your birthday, and what you do.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody. My name is Inquired. My birthday is October 20th. I'm a Libra, Leo rising, and I am a fashion maneuver coach and dancer and a dance educator.
And you've been a professional dancer for how many years?
Over 13 years, maybe.
Yeah, 13 years as a professional dancer. You teach dance. You love to teach dance to kids. That's where I see you have fun, right?
Yeah. When I first started it, I did not like teaching kids. It's like, oh, this is too easy. What am I teaching? And now, like, I focus on their growth and development. And it's just really fun to watch them grow.
And you've been coaching and doing fascial maneuver classes for how long?
Over 1 year and a half, probably.
Yeah, a year and a half. And you were actually one of our last clients ever at the Human Garage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you were probably I think you might have been either you were within the last couple clients or maybe even the last group of clients that we ever had that we treated personally. So you were actually getting sessions from Jason, Cynthia, and I.
Yeah, we did.
Is that crazy?
I did.
When you think about it? That was 2020, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, 2021.
Oh, 2021.
I was introduced to Human Garage. I went to my first Lions Bay class September 2020. And then I did that first workshop. That was in October. And then, yeah.
So we have, so part of it is we're bringing a big event to Vancouver coming up, right?
Mm-hmm. December 16th.
Yeah. And that's actually next Saturday. Wow. It's a week from tomorrow.
Yeah. In 2 weeks.
Yeah, and thank you for that video. That was perfect. That's exactly the tone that I want people to hear, because it is. What are you seeing out there? I mean, you're in front of people every single day, especially kids. What have you been seeing change in people in the last year?
It just really breaks my heart. Like that dancers, it makes me emotional that the kids I've been dancing with, like it's just like some of them are breaking down in like not tears, but it's just carrying a lot of stress, and parents are sharing me behind the scene. And I just, dance always has been their joy, and then they can't, it's just like you never know what they're going through. And I progressively getting worse and worse, and I thought about that trauma events, and I just want them all to come. And Human Garage team is just in Mexico living their life, and it's like bringing your serenity and all of that. And like, no, in Vancouver things are a bit different. I'm gonna bring some drama there. So I just came up with that video yesterday.
Well, because it is. It's feeling like a lot of drama, and in the cities, I mean, we live in an isolated bubble. We do this on purpose so that we're there. So we have all of our energy to come and share at events like this. Like we go away, we're hardcore taking care of ourselves, working on our emotions, our thoughts, and we still have issues, but we work through them. And then I notice when I get into the cities, especially this last 6 months, what you said, it's heartbreaking because people are really messed up. Mm-hmm. And what's even worse is they're not talking about it. They're pretending everything is okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I hear things and see things on social media, what people going through, and even like yesterday I was teaching the adult dance class. There was this one person that it was like we started to dance and moving our head, and she's like, I had a concussion 3 years ago, not even freshly concussioned, and it's like she's gonna keep dancing, so she just sat down, and it's like I'm like, what's wrong? And it's like, so I have a concussion. It's like, oh, I can give you some maneuvers, and then she's like, no, I have all the tools. I'm a physiotherapist, so I didn't want to push further. I was just there to teach dance.
It's funny because physiotherapists are learning from you. You have in the classes that you teach, you have doctors, physical therapists, you have integrative medicine doctors, naturopathic doctors, and online. They come to your class to learn.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, in my fashion maneuver class. So I obviously some people listen, some people don't, but what I did yesterday in adult class was literally dim the light, because you know you can take only so much if your body is already carry a lot of trauma and overwhelmed. So she was just like triggered by the fluorescent lights. So I had to dim the light, and then we just kept dancing. But yeah,
But
people are just doing a lot of stress and trauma.
isn't that amazing though? It's ego. I mean, I used to get this. I don't get it anymore very much, but I used to get it because it's like, oh, I'm a doctor. You're not a doctor. This is to me. Like I didn't go to school to be a doctor, but I have more education than they do, guaranteed. Outside of my clinical practice, I have been studying. I hired the world's best doctors for 2 decades to try and teach me why I wasn't able to get better. And I learned. I kept educating myself, and I didn't go to school and then stop going to school. I've been in school about the human body since I was in the 9th grade, and I haven't stopped. But people get caught up on this ego status of I am a practitioner, I am a doctor. And like you said, that like you're there with a tool that could literally help that woman, that physiotherapist.
Yeah.
You could actually help her out of her pain and dysfunction right there within minutes. And she, no, it's okay, I got this, because she sees you in that environment. She sees you as a dancer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
How does that? So, what have you learned about helping people? Because I remember a lot of the focus was, I'm not a doctor. I don't have the education. That's what you used to say, but I don't hear you saying.
It's just, you know, what I'm here, where I am, is lead by examples and show people what's possible. And so I started to came up with the phrase. What I do is I teach people how to move freely, whether that's through dancing, that's through fascial maneuvers, and that's what I'm good at. So, you know, maybe you don't see me as a, you know, physiotherapist, but I do all the work and I actually feel it in my body. When I connect with you energetically or physically, I connect my fascia with your fascia. And my fascia is open. Let's see if I can empower you, you know, because I'm not there to fix anybody. So it's like, okay, can my fascia resonate with your frequency, and it can do something for you.
So at this event coming up on the 16th, what's your intention for yourself and then for the people that you're bringing or promoting to?
So we have an army of volunteers that are on the list, and they were so excited to just.
Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you, I'm going to have you. We got Raw of Earth coming up, by the way. And so then I'd like you to do a little bit as well too. So we're going to have Raw do a section, have you do a section, and then I'll come up after that. So everybody get a chance to see you in front of everybody else.
So it's like I'm opening up a show.
Like an opening act. Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah, you're the opening band.
Yeah, I've done that many times for different people. Different artists. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, I just want to so we have a group of army of volunteers, and so excited to help this event successful. And there are people coming, and I'll talk about the events at my every fashion maneuver class, and I'm making videos. I just want people to come. It's just like, it's you know, the great investment of your time and energy, and people coming from Toronto, people coming from Edmonton, and then Laura,
people coming from Portugal. And Los Angeles, right?
Yeah. So it's gonna be very exciting. Yeah.
So what do you find you get out of this? Like, I mean, you've been teaching classes for free for a year. I know you take private clients, both for physical work, whether it's table type work or movement work and stuff like that. You do that. You coach people online. You take private clients, but you give up a good chunk of your time to do this, to help people for free. And you've been doing it for a long time. So why do you do that?
That's a great question. I ask myself every day. But I love learning. I am, you know, I'm all about developing skills and building more knowledge and wisdom, and I find a lot of joy doing that. And it's how fun it is to help myself and help others.
Hey, by the way, Jimmy Dillon, He's a Virgo. You'll love him. The guy I was talking to earlier. He's a well-known professional artist. He's asking how to connect with you, so I just put it in there for you.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah. Also, like because of all this stuff that I've been doing for the last 3 years, more than 3 years, I started to contribute some of my knowledge to the brand new Human Garage coaching program. So I'm working with Tiffany and Aisha and
Yeah,
things together.
because it's different. I mean, you go through a lot of emotions as a coach. Because all of a sudden you have medical doctors and you have scientists and you have professionals in that space that are coming that want your help. And there's a lot of stuff. I mean, this went on for me for a lot of years. It's like, you know, why are they going to listen to me? And will they listen to me? And will they take it seriously? And I had that quite a bit in the early stages. But it's helping people get over that, because there's this thought that I need to have all this knowledge to help people. But what I've watched you do is I can do it in my body. I know how it works for me. And then you just show people what works for you and what you've helped people go through.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. And this is how I live my life. And this is how I show up to the world. And this is how this is how I love myself. And yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you do love doing it. And you're and on top of that, you've got this whole channel being built for the Japanese market that's starting to bud.
Yeah, slowly, surely. There are so many things you can do only one day. So one thing at a time. And yeah, it's very excited. I've noticed, like, even on your live, there are a couple of Japanese people showing up, you know, like
Haruka Bird, yeah.
Yeah. And other people, they're asking me for the Japanese content. So I'm like, I already have one. So yeah, that's the next step for sure.
So someone who's starting, who's in the Fascia Maneuvers program, who's in the 28-day reset, maybe going lifestyle artist program, they want to start coaching. What should they do?
Start sharing Fascia Maneuvers to friends, family, online. And it may be very scary at first, you know, just to think about how other people perceive of you, but this is the only way to, you know, how you can change your life. I love what you said a long time ago, and I say that in my every class now, is that you become the beacon of light for other people, because we all have a shine, we all have a light inside of us, and we become the lighthouse, so people can find your light through our lighthouse.
Right.
Becoming the beacon of light. So.
Yeah, and that's really what it is. I mean, as you were describing, I can feel when you were in Costa Rica, around us and everybody, I could feel all of the trauma that you were collecting from students and teaching and stuff like that coming off. And then, what was it like coming back after Costa Rica, out of curiosity?
Yeah, definitely my body has been, you know, more or less detoxing, lots of mucus coming up, and there are like a couple of symptoms, but it's at this point, I just noticed that, you know, always with a big contrast comes with a big detox.
Yeah.
I'm ready for it. Also, I got really crazy, you know, event happened when I went to waterfall in the jungle in Costa Rica. I dropped my phone, this
oh yeah,
phone,
you caught it.
and a tripod into the murky waterfall water. I freaked out, but it's like that event taught me, you know, just like with the determination to find my iPhone into the murky water, which signifies as getting into the unknown and trusting with so much determination. As soon as I take my first foot in the water, here I am. I just found my iPhone on my foot.
you know that's funny, because we watched other people lose their phone in that water, and nobody got it back. I mean, if they drained that waterfall, I'm sure there would be hundreds of iPhones in there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it was very scary, but at the same time, like after that, I told a couple of people, I normally, when I buy something, some expensive items like iPhones and a MacBook or something like that, I literally do rituals when I buy new items. And it's like, you know, just a little rituals of like, you know, put them in the gold pyramid and it's like, I love you, please serve me, we're gonna grow together, or something like that. So I hope that helped. Also, couple days before that incident happened, the Tim, I got that little, you know, EMF blocker sticker from Tim, Omnibound. So I feel like that also helped me protect my iPhone, because they had no damages and whatsoever. So
yeah, so someone says, is iPhone toxic? And yeah, you know, it's funny because since I've been using that, I noticed a difference in my energy levels throughout the day. It's a sticker from Omnia Balance. So you guys, if you want it, you put it on your phone, and what it does is it converts the radiation from the phone into something your body can accept. And it also, and it's also a 10-foot radius. So so then when I sit down on my computer or any other device, my iPad or whatever, it's actually converting it there too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Because I was feeling like a lot of like fatigue and the energy through the iPhone, just holding it and working on my phone. So this little sticker, that's a wonderful thing. So
you know, it's funny because it's hard to believe that a sticker actually does that, but it's measurable.
yeah, it's like, what are you selling? Like a little sticker, and then it works.
Yeah, so people that are looking for the sticker, it's on our website under our products, and go to our partners and you find Omnia Balance. And that's super, super powerful. And if you have another one too, the EMF blocking is the EMF rocks. Those are good. I use those in the house. What I notice I don't have them here in Mexico, and I notice a difference, and I'm going to bring some down when I come back. But I've got the bags of rocks. Yeah, I got them underneath my bed. May make a difference.
Underneath your bed, nice.
Yeah, I put them underneath the bed, and I sleep like crazy.
Oh, that's awesome.
And you have it wrapping around your neck?
I got this necklace.
Cool.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So powerful.
Do you wear that daily?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. I wasn't wearing it right now, but now I do. Yeah. So I'm very excited for that event on Saturday, December 16th.
Yes.
I want people to be there 10 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Yeah, it's going to be life-changing. It's, I know if people, you know what's crazy is we have people coming from other countries to get there. Sometimes I find people in Vancouver can be a little complacent, but I'm starting to see a change, and I'm predicting that more Vancouverites are going to step out. It's only a half day. It's 10 to 1. By that, you can still do your Christmas shopping or whatever you got to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree. Also, every class, I encourage people to come and emphasize the importance of working it together, moving together as a group. And it's like group meditation, you know, a multiplied effect, and people just show up, and I just, you know, every maneuver that we go through, like we started to get more high, more joyful, and more calm, and, you know, super powerful. It's just like, I love that when regulars see that benefits of it and start coming, and then start bringing people, and then more people come, and it's just love. There's just spreading the word. So we just lead by example, taking care of ourselves.
I'm looking forward to it, and I'll talk to you offline, but I'm going to have you do a little bit of a warm up to do the Equi thing, get everybody laughing and moving, because that's what you do such a good job of.
Sounds great. Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, awesome, Equi. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Okay, and for people who want to follow you, just put your information in the message or in the comments.
Yes, okay? I will.
Yeah, it's gonna be super powerful. Hold on a second here, guys. I was just checking my timing. I have somebody else coming on too as well. So, what are you guys feeling right now? Are you guys feeling up? Are you feeling down? Are you feeling anxious? Are you feeling sad? Are you feeling happy? Put it in the comments. Got some hearts there. Yeah, if you know anybody, we're going to be sharing some videos. If you could do us a favor, a couple things. Number one is share the Vancouver video, because it may not you may not be able to go, but there's probably somebody who's watching who could come out to that. So if you could share the Vancouver video, I would really super appreciate it. There's one that went up on my wall, and it's in my story. It's on the Human Garage wall and in the story. If you guys could share that with everybody, I would be eternally grateful. We want to get, you know, we're breaking through. And in Vancouver this time of year, it's really dark. I mean, it gets dark at like 3:30 or 4 o'clock. Yeah, the video that she did was, woo, powerful. I mean, Ikwe recorded that video. Jimmy feeling hopeful, optimistic. Wow. Trying to be patient, waiting for a new journey. Sad, depressed last few weeks. How do you feel right now, Jake Peanut, though? Just watched it, gave you the chills, eh? Yeah, so people ask, are you dealing with sacrum pain? What maneuvers should I focus? Pregnant, dealing with sacrum pain. Okay, if you're dealing with sacrum pain, this is going to sound really weird. You guys want to do it with me? A little anxious, which is rare for me. Did fascia maneuvers, felt better. Okay, let's do something for sacrum pain. Okay, this one is going to unlock the jaw to the back of the neck, all the way down to the sacrum. So we're going to do a jaw release. So take your fingers in the top of the jaw, all the way to the back, as far back as you can go on both sides. Okay, then what you're going to do is you're going to open up your mouth. And squat. It's going to hurt. Do that. Oh, I can already feel that. I haven't done that in a while. And do the anti-gravity movement or the lower reset. If you're pregnant, I would do the lower reset and the barefoot sprinter routine every day. What happens is when you're pregnant, there's a lot of pressure that goes into the legs and into the thighs. That pressure into your thighs, what it's doing is it's blocking the meridians or a certain flow of the meridians, which makes it harder to digest, harder to breathe, etc. So the lower reset barefoot sprinter routine number 2 is what I recommend for someone who is pregnant. And then there's one other one that's not on there, which is the organ reset. I would do daily. The organ reset programs the baby to get this relief in an order. And when the baby, once you have the baby, and you do the same thing on the baby or with the baby will then continue to get that same satiation or feeling. It's super powerful. Temple of Life, thank you so much. What a great video you sent, Temple of Lifestyle. What a great video you sent about all your skin problems in your face, and thank you for sharing that and being so vulnerable. I mean that video is in the hundreds of thousands over like 24 hours, and I was it's your vulnerability, and you're right. There's fiberglass, there's glass, there's toxic mold, there's all kinds of stuff that attack you. I do appreciate you sending that out there. It's me, Tiana Marie. It's awesome to work in the jaw, sacrum releases. Other one you can do is a belly button torque and a bladder torque.
Oh.
It's me, Tiana Marie.
Hi. I was just sitting here. You guys don't do like a, hey, guess what? We're going to come on. I love it. Just be ready. Don't have to get ready. Just be ready.
Where are you calling
from? How are you?
Yeah, it's Tiana or Tiana Marie?
Tiana.
Tiana. Where are you calling from, Tiana?
I'm in Chandler, Arizona.
Chandler, Arizona. Okay, cool.
With my day off morning here. Oh, okay.
Your day off. What do you do?
Yeah.
What do you do in Chandler?
I work for Bank of America.
Oh, business or retail?
Private side, credit remediation issues. So It's a new project for me. I'm not really sure. Actually, it's very new.
Banks are changing fast, aren't they?
Yeah, it seems to be the case.
Yeah, yeah.
So actually, that was one of the things that I was kind of, I don't know, I'm feeling strange about, is I've been working from home since pandemic. Yeah. And in April, I'll be scheduled to go back into the office. And with everything that has gone on for me and everything, I feel not great about being back in the office. And so I'm not sure if I should try to extend working from home or just go and deal with it. You know, I went for 1 day last month and it was like extremely exhausting. It was so draining.
How long can you extend it? And I'll tell
I mean, with the doctor's approval, I could, you know, probably receive medical accommodation to do that.
In my personal thing is that's a very sick environment, and that environment is going to come under the greatest stress that the banking environment has seen in 100 years is coming at us in the next 8 months.
Yikes.
Yeah, I would do everything to avoid the environment because things have to change. I mean, you're in banking. You got to know that things are changing, right? Like,
yeah.
We have all these mortgages that were reissued at over the last 3 years that are coming up for renewal in the next 2 years. We get interest rates going to climb. No matter what we do, interest rates are going to climb. We can't stop it. When we do that, we're going to have people that were already mortgaged to the hilt because they lost their equity in 2008 coming back to remortgage their homes, finding out their $4,000 payment is now $6,000 or $6,500 or $7,000. So we have an imminent, we've got the Airbnb crisis coming, which is going to put
right.
Yeah, it's going to put a major stress. I mean, Airbnb crisis is coming like a freight train, and there's nobody that can stop this. So what goes along with all this crap is the emotions. And people get mad at the people that are dealing with them, and usually financial is where you feel most of the emotions. Like, banking is a tough job as it is. I mean, that's why bankers drink so much.
They really do.
They do. Bankers and accountants. Like even the big accounting firm. I mean, I'm a consumer of commercial banking for a lot of years, right? And I've had 13 companies, 20,000 employees, taken 2 companies to $50 million or more. And I get a sense. I used to watch this from the outside. And those are the industries where if I ever wanted to go for a drink with somebody, I could call a banker or an accountant. They'd be right there.
They're at happy hour before they go home.
Yeah, that's right. I don't do it in the banks anymore, but the other ones that are PR firms and advertising firms. Advertising firms like in LA, they still take liquor out at 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon every day.
Oh wow!
I know. I mean, when I grew up, they were weaning out of that for most people, but
that's well, they have to have that transition, and it probably has to start earlier and earlier in the day.
Yeah.
Before they get home, you know, that whole adage of leave it in the closet before you come inside or whatever.
Yeah.
There's too much to try to take off so quick. So the transition becomes rolling it back earlier and earlier in the day.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happened to me in my clinical practice. By about the 7th year, I used to drink wine or, go have a few drinks in the weekend, whatever. Then all of a sudden it was Friday night. Then it was Thursday night. Then it was Wednesday night. What the heck? And because I was dealing with, when I started doing this fascial work, all the emotions would come off people, but I wasn't aware of it. Like I'd never seen that. I'd been in practice for years, but I didn't, when we started doing this new fascial work, which is like the maneuvers, it releases emotion.
Mm-hmm.
So I've seen you in the chat for a while. First of all, when's your birthday? Are you a Taurus?
November 29th.
Oh, November 29th. Okay, so you are a Sag? You're Sag. Yeah, so you're Sag. Mm-hmm. And 29th, you're 7 degrees Sag?
20.
No, I meant your degree of Sagittarius.
20.
20. Because you're November 29th. So that's...
I'm going to walk over to my computer because here I have my chart from Astro.
I think you're 7 degrees in your sun. And then what is your moon? Do you know your moon?
Scorpio moon, 29.
Oh,
okay.
Don't cross
You're right. 7 degrees Sagittarius sun, 29 degrees Scorpio moon. And then what other ones? There's a whole list of them. What other ones are relevant?
Ascendant?
Say again?
What's your ascendant or your AC or your rising?
Aquarius. Nope, that's false. Aries.
Okay. What degree of Aries, out of curiosity?
Let's see. So I just go to the list and look for Aries, or how do I see that in the chart?
It says like AC or rising or ascendant, and then it'll say something Aries.
Oh, 16.
16. Oh, okay. You're a 16, which is a net 7. 1 plus 6 is 7, and you're a 7-degree Sagittarius.
Okay.
And your moon again was, sorry, what was it again? 29 Scorpio.
Scorpio.
So basically,
yep.
you're Cynthia and myself combined. I'm a Sagittarius, Aries rising. I'm a 29-degree Sagittarius. I'm a 21-degree Aries rising. So something's changing for you. So you just had a birthday. You must feel a lot better after your birthday. Now, as with that ascending, first of all, your emotions feel everything that people is around you. And if someone's lying, your emotions go crazy. You know it right away.
Yes, I'm a little lie detector. Not many people like that.
So,
I had a girlfriend go, "You're too scary for guys. They don't like that." Well, maybe they should just stop lying.
what about your, I'm curious, what is your Chiron?
Chiron 6 Taurus.
Okay, that's what I was saying, because I could see Taurus in you. Chiron is, you have a lot of Taurus traits. 6 Taurus is Libra Taurus, and Taurus is about manifestation. So you're good at making stuff happen. You're good at making money. You're good at building material wealth and things like that, but to keep you in balance. So you're good at protecting the things that you need to in your life in order to have what you need, the resources you need.
That's good. I hope I do that. And
yeah, you're
in support of my chart,
Scorpio.
I hope I'm doing that.
Yeah, your 29-degree Scorpio in your moon, though, is what's driving you. And the 7-degree and the net 7 in your ego is, that's today is a net 7 day. It's a Pisces day. So today, that's your spiritual side or your sense side. So you have a lot of sense. The challenge in Sagittarius is with all that fire, and Scorpio doesn't express it, is a lot of that stuff sticks in your body. That's why when you go back to work, you've gotten this period of time away from it, and then you're just used to it. Like your Sagittarius, the fire just pushes through. But now your body goes, I don't like that anymore. That's what you're feeling. That's when you go back. Like almost anybody who has a 29-degree Scorpio moon should be exempt from work for the rest of their life. Because
I agree. In fact, I had a sabbatical. The bank offered a new program to do a sabbatical for 15 years. So I got that this year in October. And I decided when I was on sabbatical that I knew my true calling was to be a lady of leisure. But they didn't feel the same, and so I went back after the 1-month sabbatical.
Wow. Okay, so for you, I mean, this is an auspicious day to be calling because it's a net 7 day in Sagittarius. Net 7. So this is like kind of like this is karma calling, and your 29 is about to activate, is what I'm saying. So basically, you're being called to do something different with your life. And you've been feeling that for a long time. I know that since probably 2020.
Yes, that's exactly when.
Your Taurus makes you cautious and moving.
Yeah.
And that's what's holding you back from whatever little genius plan that you have or new venture or new thing you want to do.
It's kind of like a thing that the universe is like, you will not do it. We'll make it so obvious that it's what you have to do that you're going to be real uncomfortable until you just do that.
Okay, my suggestion is you move towards that pretty quick because either you do it or the universe
no
is
choice
in your body or your emotions.
That's what's happened.
Okay.
Yep, happening. And so now I've got I'm a Reiki master since I started doing Reiki in 2020. That's when everything was like, all of everything makes more sense, but now nothing makes any sense.
Yeah.
And then I did a certification in hypnosis and learned a bunch of other energy techniques, and now with the fascial maneuvers, and apparently now I'm doing some mediumship things. And then I just told the universe, like, if I'm supposed to do it, I'm not going to do online marketing. I can't do any of that stuff. If I'm supposed to do it, I know you'll bring the people. And then in the last couple days, I have lots of calls.
Yeah, it's going to happen. And
So,
what's your midheaven?
I don't know how to know that one.
It's MC, right under ascendant usually.
Okay, 9 Capricorn.
There you go.
What's that mean?
You're here to teach leadership and spirituality. You're a spiritual teacher. That's why you have the 7 and the 7. Net 7 in your sun and net 7 in your rising. And you're a perpetual student and teacher. Your Taurus gives you the ability to collect all the tools you need to make it happen. And you're being guided towards leadership and taking action and leadership in teaching people about their spirituality. So that's what you're being called to do. I just suggest, because I know the astrology coming up in the next 8 months, move at that as fast as you can, because if you don't move at it, the universe is just going to kick your ass until you do.
That has been what's happening.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, I'm on board. This hurts a lot, sucks a lot. I hate it. I'm trying to tell the universe that I am fascia, and so I need to move slowly in a safe way. The universe says, I don't know about that.
That's your Scorpio. That's your 29-degree Scorpio. But you're at the point where this has been going on for a long time. You've been in your Taurus protecting yourself for a long time. 2019 was your wake-up call. Your wake-up call became between May and August of 2019.
Yep.
And so
that's true.
So basically, you're at the end of the ability to not do what you're supposed to do, because it's coming at you like a freight train right now.
Yep.
And you're getting the people in so that you can see it. That's why all the people are starting to come to you. And the other part too is right now the people coming to you, everything that they have, you have in you. Literally. Like, and not just like, yeah, I know I have a little anger in me. It's like the people that are popping up in you, they're there to teach you a lesson, to bring up the emotion. So work with them, recognize the emotion. If you haven't done it yet, 28-day reset, the Lifestyle Artist Program.
I'm in it. So I have actually a lot of questions about that, if you don't mind.
Shoot.
I have been really slow about, I started the DE, like a sprinkle, a little more sprinkle. It took me like probably a month to get up to 1 full teaspoon. And then now I'm finally on 2 teaspoons a day, but I don't know, should I like be increasing still? I feel like I'm incredibly thirsty, more so than before I started taking it.
Are you taking the Irish sea moss too?
I am. So I just went and bought one because I wanted to do the DE slowly, so I wanted to make sure I got a powder. So I went and I got a capsule. I actually started that a week before, but I'm only still doing 1 capsule in the morning. So should I start taking 2 capsules? Yeah,
you're not going to overdose on Irish sea moss. On DE, you have to be careful because it can detox you too fast. But DE, you should be moving to 5 teaspoons a day. So
ooh, that's a lot.
Like I take tablespoons. And
wow.
And
right away, I just got like pains in my stomach when I thought about taking that much.
It's all those parasites that are going,
Well, interesting. A couple weeks ago, I had like the doo-doos that were ridiculous. They were like, I was so glad I was working at home, like narrowly not making it down the hallway and waking me up in the middle of the night doo-doo and just horrendous pain. And a couple nights I had dreams, and this was when I finally bumped it all the way up to the 2 teaspoons. I had dreams that I kept stepping on little wormy things, like they were all over the place, and I kept in my dreams it's a lot of different things. But so it was definitely, I think it was definitely the parasites coming out, and in my dreams I was seeing that's what was happening, to try to help me make sense of what was going on in my body, because that's a lot of what happens in my dreams is like information. It's like a lot of work at night.
Dreams are, it's a communication between us and our field, and it's a reconciliation for everything I didn't. If I don't deal with an emotion during the day,
that's right,
I have to deal with it at night, and it has to balance in the field. So the way that the body interprets that is through visions or storylines or narratives, usually based on something I know. And sometimes it's on something that I don't know here, but it was something I knew in another state of awareness or lifetime that comes back in.
Okay. So I recently just put a message in, and you guys have the staff that's so kind to answer. My question was to, because I just need to go so slowly, like I couldn't commit to the regimen in the 28-day reset because it was just too much for me. So I started really slowly. I've been doing maneuvers every day since I clocked it, I think, back to August per like some initial photos that I took, you know, like it says in the app, whatever. But I had been following your content. I think this is what a lot of people say. I've been following your content for like 2 years, but it took me like 1.5 years to get on to actually doing the maneuvers. Like, why do we do that? But that's what we do. And then August, I started really like in earnest, but I only started with the maneuvers and then listening to the content and doing a little bit of the DE and the IRC-MOS. But I need to start the next whatever supplement. So I'm thinking, and they confirmed Power Kirk would be the next one. But I have a couple questions about doing the Power Kirk. Is that one then that will be like forevermore? It's one that you want to take for forever? And does that...
Not forever, but it's one you want to have around forever because you're going to go through a lot of physiological changes. Power Kirk neutralizes, you can take a lot of it. Like you could take 20 of them in a day. It takes down your inflammation. Like the reason why you're reacting to supplements and stuff is because of an inflammatory process. If you have the Power Kirk, it takes that inflammation down. So it allows you to have more faster releases because it deals all your organs, all your bones, all of your pathways, your lymph nodes, your brain, everything is in connective tissue. And then what it does is at the cellular level, it releases it. It's not curcumin. It's actually a medication. It's very powerful, but it's very benign too. Like, because it doesn't. What it does is it takes away all the stress from the body, so the body functions at its peak.
Okay, so you take it at a higher dose initially to
for you
decrease the inflammation.
I would do like 4 to 6 a day for like 2 weeks. And then drop it down to 2 to 4 a day for like another 4 weeks or so. And then it gives your body, what you're doing is you're giving your body about 6 weeks of not having all the inflammatory things. It's like not going to work for 6 weeks. And then you have your body knows what it feels like so it can get there by itself.
Mm-hmm. Okay, got it. And then there becomes a little bit of a memory about how to feel like that, and then just a maintenance dosage.
Yeah,
right?
And then I have it like I'll take it when I take it, but like sometimes I'm going through transitions, and I have something going on in my body, and it can be painful. But I used to be in pain and dysfunction all day, every day, and I'd have moments that were good. Now I'm not in pain and dysfunction. I have moments that are not so good.
Right. So I had come on several weeks ago and I was having horrendous pain on the right side and all the way up through my jaw and issues. And you did, help me through a bunch of like opening and this and that. And with regularity, I was doing all of that. And I got to a place where I was not having the pain. Like, I was like, this is life. I totally forgot how to not be distracted by pain 24/7. And then just recently, maybe within the last week, I feel like a lot of it has come back, and I don't know if maybe
it has to
dehydrated again, or
the pain has to come back because it's creating an emotion and a pattern of beliefs around those emotions. So it has to come back up into your consciousness for you to move over it with a new thought process. Pain is just your body's way of saying it's time to change something. So when I get rid of something, it always comes back. And when it comes back, if I go back into the same old pattern, it'll stick around and then it'll go away and then come back again. Until I go, oh, I got this. My body's just communicating with me. Your body you're learning to communicate with your body again, which was a natural ability that was taken away through us through programming.
Well, I do want to say that I have done the similar thing as a lot of people where like every modality under the sun, tons of different types of chiropractors, this and that. In the last year, I started going to a NUCA specialist chiropractor, which I did see the most relief with. But since starting the fascial maneuvers, I have now gone 2 times, and I'm down to once a month. And now it's extended to 6 weeks. But the last 2 times he did a very thorough check, and all of the rib heads that were always out of whack over here and everywhere, and jaw issues and all that, 0 to adjust for so 2 months.
I mean, you're learning to move away from, your body wants to feel safe. When it's in pain, it doesn't feel safe. So you're learning through evidence that you're actually getting better. So you're learning to trust your body. It's the dehydration. That's what the DE is going to take that stops it from going back. Because the reason why you have pain when a rib is slightly out is because of dehydration. That's it. Because a rib can go out, and if it's not dehydrated, you won't really, it'll be kind of maybe feel tension, but it won't have that triggering effect.
Yeah, it's a pretty big trigger, because then it also sparks a fear like, oh my God, am I stuck in this now again? And how long is it going to stay? And how come what I was doing is not fixing it today like it was 3 weeks ago? You know, that whole, and then it just keeps going. I did notice that, and I don't know if it's just because it's seasonal, it's more dry, I live in the desert, but I've had a lot more itchy skin since in the last few weeks, like on my legs, and
your body, hydration and movement. So it's more fascial.
But I'm doing those.
Yes.
I got to do more.
The lower reset, like barefoot sprinter routine, will get the legs moving. But you can bath in diatomaceous earth.
Okay, I haven't done that yet. Yeah, it took me a while to start doing a bath.
As you start doing it, it's breaking up the layers, and then the ones that are not broken up are going to feel a bit more agitated because it gets your brain to fix it. Basically, your body's unwinding the problem, because when you had the problem, it came on, you had a little problem, you go, I'll get past it. You walk past it, you don't do anything. Well, you didn't get the problem all at once. It came on in layers. So it's unwinding in layers.
Okay. I did notice that around the rib cage and probably the liver area, when I first started to really be able to finally move, like when I first started, I couldn't even get my arms around to do the totally twisted. It was like, and I had been doing yoga since, I don't know, for the last 20 years, but like I could never really do it well. I was like, why do I suck so bad at yoga? And now I don't even want to do it
it's
at
fascia
all.
That restricts the muscles and the bones. You can't stretch a muscle, actually. You're stretching fascia. There's no such thing as stretching a muscle, basically. That's all a thought process that doesn't work.
And years ago, I went to a massage therapist, and she was like, yeah, what are you doing for drinks? And I was like, all the beer, all the fizzy water, what kind of drinks do you want me to have? And she was like, maybe water? And I was like, yeah, I do that too. But she was like, I can't even massage your back because it's so stuck. I can't do anything with it.
It's the minerals. Because
well, this was years ago. I'm better now.
Is over-consuming water that's demineralized.
Yeah. So I want to ask one more question, I thought, but maybe not. Oh, the vitamin C bath bomb that you just mentioned, would that be in addition to adding the Epsom salt or the magnesium or whatever?
I would, because you have fluoride.
Or is it on its own?
I would, because
but it's adding it to all the other things in the concoction for the bath?
Yeah, you have fluoride in the water. You can add all that other stuff. That fluoride isn't coming out. Fluoride is dumbing your entire nervous system down, creating calcification in your body and your fascia, creating arthritic effects, slowing down organ pathways, lowering your emotional and your perceptual response. Fluoride is what they used to give to the prisoners in Auschwitz so they wouldn't fight back.
Oh, man. And here we are.
We are going to, what are we doing today that we're going to look at in 20 years and say that was stupid? Fluoride is at the top of that list. Show me, if you're a dentist out there, show me one report other than the one that was done on children where fluoride was tested. The baseline report they used to say fluoride helps with cavities was done on children that don't have teeth yet. So show me one peer-reviewed scientific back paper that shows fluoride reduces cavities and teeth in adults or teenagers. Just show me one anywhere, and I'll completely come off this statement. But fluoride is a neurotoxin. There is no amount of neurotoxin that you can put in your body that is good. It is a neurotoxin defined by the FDA as a neurotoxin. There's no way. There's nothing that makes that good. You can't
Right.
You can't say that this neurotoxin is going to do something good for you. That's like saying drinking small amounts of bleach isn't going to kill me. So, but drinking bleach is going to clean me out. No, it doesn't matter if over time, and it doesn't leave the tissue. This is what the mineralization does. This is what the diatomaceous earth, the Irish sea moss, and then even then, that doesn't get it. You have to do the maneuver to get the tissue to move because it's stuck in the tissue.
Okay. I did recently, well, years ago, I feel like I was in a much healthier place. And then just before pandemic, like you said, in 2019, the wheels just completely fell off. It was like, blah, blah, everything broke down. I ended up having tons of issues. Like I was in crisis mode in my mouth all the time. Now I have like vacancies where there used to be cool teeth. And I'm like, what is happening in my life?
Yeah.
And then,
just go with the flow
and then,
here.
so I started using fluoride toothpaste. And then recently, because my son is, I feel like he's just very ahead of everything. He's like, why do you even use that? Just use coconut oil, blah, 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 whatever. So I've stopped.
Yeah, there's lots of different ways you can do it. Oil pulling is one of the most powerful things to remove toxins from your teeth. Swish coconut oil, swish it for 20 minutes at night, blow it out. It'll pull all the toxins off your teeth. It'll make them white again. We have a recipe for toothpaste.
I saw that in the beginning.
Yeah.
Of the
it works
reset.
fantastic. It works. It is. It's an antimicrobial, antifungal, antibacterial. What else could you want?
I haven't been able to try that yet emotionally because it has some raw stuff, and I was having so many reactions to citrus and raw things.
That's why you need. Look at. I can tell you by your responses. You are dehydrated. It's causing a stress response in your body. It's triggering your brain. It's like get the hydration, get the diatomaceous earth, get the power kirk. Get in the bath, get the vitamin C, get the fluoride out of your system. You will change as a person in the next 30 days.
So with the bath, with the Epsom salt, I've started doing that, even though it's contrary to everything. I hate sitting in a bathtub.
Borax, quarter cup of borax, quarter cup of diatomaceous earth, quarter cup of Epsom salts. If you want to get your skin really soft, take chia seeds, grind them up, get a quarter cup of that, put it in the bath.
So where do the magnesium flakes and the sea salt come in? Because I feel like I saw that as one of the combos.
But if you don't have the other ones, it doesn't matter. You're not absorbing minerals if you don't have silica in your bath.
Oh, put the silica in the bath.
You have to. Your body's deficient in silica, and the fluoride's making it worse. So if you don't have silica, nothing else is going to work. Like this is a mother, because we have people, like I was talking to a guy at the beginning of the. He's doing everything right, but something's not working. And it's because you're breathing air every day that is depleting your body's silica. There's barium in that air. And if you test your hair follicle, you send your hair follicle away to a lab for testing, you're going to have barium, strontium, aluminum in your body at high doses.
Gross.
Absolutely. So just do this. Just take the power kirk, get it in there. You'll see a change dramatically, and dramatic shift.
Okay. I mean, I have been starting to do things, but like I said, I have to go slow because that's the only way I can do it.
You have to go slow on these ones. The only one you have to go slow on, the only one is diatomaceous earth, because it'll make you feel bad. But you get it up to 2 teaspoons, get it up to 3, and you go every 3 days or 4 days. And then, but the power kirk and the maneuvers, especially in your GI tract.
I do the maneuvers. And I love Ikwe's Monday night thing. I love when I can catch that. She's so cute. Yeah, so I'll just keep trucking. But here's another thing is, if I'm not doing the celery juice and I'm not doing, like, you know, the list of supplements and stuff, I have felt guilty about progressing through checking the boxes for the reset.
I'm going to tell you, Tamara, take that stuff. The glyphosate that's in your system, the fluoride, the deleterious bacteria, the biooptimizers is scientifically proven to remove that stuff. So you're reacting because all of the bugs in your body, they don't like it when new stuff comes in. They got their environment. They're in control of it. Once you get them out, you're in control of it. Right now, they're in control of you. You got a mutiny of bugs.
So if I don't do all of the protocol, can I still consider that I'm clicking through so that I can read through the content and all of that? I mean, like, do I not consider that I graduate the 28-day reset until I legitimately do the...
You still do. You still do, okay? I'm just telling you that what you're fearing or slowing down on is what's slowing you down. These are designed for people that have done everything right, who are sensitive, all that stuff. That's what they're designed for, is to take away that sensitivity. It's giving your body more ability to react. Like even if you do a lower dose, you don't do 25 masszymes. If you take masszymes when you eat, your body uses 50% less energy to digest. That energy goes into healing. If you take probiotics, your body gets rid of deleterious bacteria and your body in your small intestine, which means that you digest and you eliminate better and you absorb more nutrients. If you take diatomaceous earth in higher doses, it scrubs your small intestine. So all the reactions you're having is because you still have this stuff in here. They're all designed to help you. So take it at lower dose, but take it. I've been down this road so many times with people, and you will eventually. You will eventually.
I asked for help one day, and all of a sudden I turned into this place where they were doing ice baths, and I was like, I don't at all want to do those. Why am I here? And then upon leaving, there was a shelf, and it had those two, the P3OM and the MAS enzymes, and I was like, oh, yeah, I know why I'm here.
Listen, I get it. I get where you're
Spirit was like, hello.
It's out there in front of you. You're going to go, oh my God, why didn't I do it sooner? I know that. That's your Taurus trying to hold out a little bit. That's okay. It's trying to protect you. But that's because Chiron, that's your fear. But you're going to get through this. One way or another, even if you continue at the pace you're going, it just takes longer. That's it.
Okay. I think that was all of my questions. I appreciate the time.
It was great talking to you. I look forward to getting to know you better.
Thank you. You too.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey, running a bit behind here today. All the way from the other side of the world, I believe. Is it pronounced Ni or Nia?
Yeah, this is Nia.
Hi, Nia.
Oh, shoes, I still cannot see you, but it's okay. I can hear you anyhow.
Okay, yeah. Sometimes that happens, and I'm not sure why. So, Nia, whereabouts do you live?
Yeah, I'm from Finland. Hi.
You're from Finland, okay. And when's your birthday, Nia?
Actually, tomorrow, 9th of December.
Oh, okay. So you're a step 16. You're step 17. So you're a decisive Sagittarius. And that means that you also block your emotions. You move through your emotions and you don't process them.
Yeah, no way, really. Yeah. That has been my habit. I have gone through pretty severe dissociation disorder. So, yeah, you're pretty right over there.
How did you find fascial maneuvers?
Actually, that was my soon-to-be husband, Amir, who first introduced you to me. And it was right away clear it works. It just works. So, yeah, I fell in love with you guys first sight. It was quite amazing.
And how long have you been doing fascial maneuvers now?
I think for 2 months now or more. Luuleeko sä 2 kuukautta vai? No, niin kauan. Half of a month, a year, he said.
Yeah. So 6 months, okay. And you're doing classes over there in Finland, right?
Yeah, we just started. Last time we spoke, it was summertime here, so maybe 3-4 months ago. And that's when we were planning to start those classes here. And now we have started, and people are really, really happy about it.
How many people come to a class, out of curiosity?
Well, this is a small place. This is like a small part of a town. And here, what the maximum has been 10 for now. Yeah.
10 is, you know what, we started the entire worldwide movement with 10 people.
Yeah. And it's been amazing. I mean, here are some old people involved with us. And as soon as there are somebody who needs help, it feels like, oh, we would need to have to make this happen more often. So we would have more hands to help everybody, and more people would like to come in different days or whatsoever. But yeah, we're trying to make it.
It's interesting because what caught my eye is we have a lot of people that are trying to make money doing this, and you guys are just trying to do free classes, and people are wanting to pay you money.
Yeah, it's a very positive problem. People have been talking behind our backs like, we're gonna have to pay them. How can we pay them? And oh, those old ladies have brought us caffeine and chocolate and all the stuff they think is good. Yeah, and yeah, we have had a couple of requests to come and have a fascial maneuver class on people's business places. And once I have told that it's for free, they have been like, no, we're going to pay something. We're going to pay something, definitely. So, yeah.
Well, the thing that's funny is that it's all about your consciousness, because I have people that are trying to make money doing it, and they're like, I got to get somebody to pay me. And then and then like yourself, which I found, quite funny, is that you're just doing it out of the kindness of your heart. And then people are wanting to pay so what motivates you to help people like this?
Yeah, well, actually, as Amir said, why not? And I think it's the best answer that one can get. But more deeper level, I mean, I've been there where I really did not know how much better I could feel, how much more aware I could be, and what are the ways to get there. And you guys have such a great tool with you. It's quick and it's easy, and it's easy to understand and easy to share. So yeah, I mean, I could have used that help that you're offering many years ago. I mean, that would have been awesome, but there was no such tool for me to use. But now, yeah, I can share what you guys have.
Well, it's really, really cool that you're doing that. And do you ever feel like, okay, you're helping people, they're having big transitions or changes, they're bringing other people into it. In your town or the area you're at, are people saying if they have a problem, come to you guys? Come to Nia? Come to Amir?
Yeah, often they do in a personal life, or it happens that people, for example, while walking on the street, somebody starts to talk and then they end up pouring their heart out. And yeah, or a couple of weeks ago we had this a Christmas event here where there were ladies who had problems with feet and knees, and they ended up being helped by us, and we showed those maneuvers for them, and they were really happy and spread the word out. And yeah, that's how it goes.
Somebody's saying you have a beautiful voice, so calming.
Exactly.
A lot of she's so sweet.
Oh,
I love you as a human. Thank you for your kind heart.
Thank you. The voice is actually like this because just before we called, I had like a big emotional release, because it's a birthday time. So things come up. So yeah,
you're gonna be feeling very different. I mean, as a 17-degree Sagittarius, you're going to be feeling very, very, very different. You're going to feel different, maybe tomorrow or the day after, but specifically on the 22nd or 23rd of December, you're going to feel like everything just kind of comes together for you.
I think so too. It seems like it. Oh.
It's when the energy goes into Capricorn, because you're really a Capricorn Sagittarius.
Seems like it. But hey, my husband Amir, he has some good questions for you about the maneuvers.
Okay.
Yeah. Bring him in. Amir, step in.
Amir. I know you can't see me, Amir, but you have to go with the listening of it.
But I'm here.
Okay, yeah. Can you turn the camera up a little bit so I can see your face? Okay. Oh, there you go.
I'm pretty bad with things.
Okay.
Amir, where are you from, Amir?
I'm from Finland, actually. I'm half Arabic, so therefore the name is a little bit not so Finnish.
Yeah, not so Finnish. And when's your birthday, Amir?
6th of August.
Oh, there you go. You're all the heart. Yeah.
Oh, yes, I have actually trouble. I've been feeling the trouble here last years. I can say that for sure.
Are you in your head a lot? Thinking a lot?
Sorry?
Are you in your head thinking a lot?
Actually, these days, no, not too much. So I have been before, but it's been calming down a lot, and I can feel it more in my body, which is also a challenge. But you know, we have to go through anyway somehow, even through the head and the body, through the head and through the body. So yeah, it's been better after actually I found these maneuvers. So I have to thank you for that, because they're very, very powerful tools for, you know, self-regulating. And yeah.
Yeah, especially as a Leo, because you pour your heart out to people.
That's what I haven't been doing, I think, too much in my life. So now that I got 40, I think it's, yeah, the last years have been more opening to that. So I think that's one of the reasons that I feel also quite a lot of, you know, stuff in my chest, because I've been, I think it's been many years I've been suffering for arrhythmias. And if there's any kind of stressful situation or a thing, like a place where I don't feel at home, maybe something to do with my adrenal glands also, because I lived quite a fast life when I was younger, but a lot of burnouts and such. So I think it affects also the heart, but it's, yeah, I'm getting more in tune with it.
Yeah, the arrhythmias, I find they tend to go away as you do the maneuvers. Really can be tied to, if you guys haven't done it yet, is getting the minerals, which in Finland, you're just like us here. You're being actually polluted, not as much as us, but you still have the pollution in the skies and in the food. The diatomaceous earth and Irish sea moss, because arrhythmias, I noticed that when the body's dehydrated and compressed, the arrhythmias go up.
Yeah.
What else is it that you were dealing with, or what other questions did you have?
Oh, that wasn't actually the question. That was just something to...
Okay, so another thing that works is maneuvers in the rib cage, the upper reset, the elbow torque, and in the barefoot sprinter routine number 2, where the elbow goes above the head and over. Those are all good for Leos, because the heart meridian goes from the pinky finger down to underneath the elbow, up to the chest in the front and the back, right in the mid back. And so any of the movements around there, the other one that works really good for you is the partner maneuvers themselves. So if on our website now, we've made it easy to find the partner maneuvers. And since the two of you guys are doing it together, doing the partner maneuvers on each other will get more space in those areas. It takes a long time to get it yourself. But if you're doing a partner maneuvers, it shortens, like one time of doing it is like 3 months of doing it yourself.
I have actually felt that. I have truly felt that, because yeah, I've done a lot of. I do actually work with Fascia also. It's this ancient Finnish healing method.
What's it called?
It's called Kalevala bone setting.
Wow.
You don't actually.
What are the tenets like? How does it work?
We don't actually set any bones per se, as the word actually implies. But we go through the fascia very slowly, and we see where we have the restrictions, and we go our way through it, but with very gentle, very gentle pressure, so the customer doesn't feel any pain or discomfort, or all these or any kind of cracks. We don't crack anybody. We just adjust the fascia, and because of adjusting the fascia, the bones will actually get alignment. So
yeah,
I've seen
that. I mean, it sounds like I was just trying to remember the technique. There is a technique that's very close to that, like our table techniques in our assisted maneuvers on on our website. I don't know if you've seen them, but they're the advanced assisted maneuvers. It's all done on the table.
Yep.
There's a whole bunch more, but those table techniques use that principle of slowly rotating and moving, using weight and moving the body.
Yeah, they seem very good. We haven't tried a couple of them, but we haven't really gotten into it yet. But I've seen the difference what it makes, because when we make these when I make maneuvers by myself, I can feel like it's almost like treating myself with our own method, you know.
So basically what came for me was I learned all this on a table first, and then I had to take it out to a self-care technique. But every one of those self-care techniques came off of a practitioner delivering it to a table, and I just said, well, how can I help myself?
That's the best question I think you asked yourself, because I can see where you people are now and how the word you're actually putting out there, and everybody can actually heal themselves. And that was the main thing why I really wanted to, with now, we wanted to really start to spread it out without like making restrictions for people. Like many people have money issues, especially nowadays in Europe, and you know, it's always better if it's free. And
that was underpinning of what I got out of practice in 2019, knowing that the world was going to change in 2020. And I kept having these visions that the systems that run the world, especially the ones that care for people, were all going to break. And it was like in 2020, 2021, and 2022, it was like this mad obsession that we had to do it. And I would panic that I wasn't going fast enough, that I wasn't getting it out fast enough. And I used to have to talk myself out of these panic. I used to get frustrated when people wouldn't listen. And we're at the stage now, I can see the fruits. Like I can see, like yourselves, you're doing classes. I've never met you before. You're sharing this in your town, you're doing classes, you're helping people help themselves, you're doing it as a practitioner, you're doing it on yourself, and you're helping people help themselves. And now there's 20 million people around the world doing this. So I don't feel that urgency or the panic, but now I feel the joy. Like I sometimes at night, I'll read, people will send testimonials. I'll read through 100 or 200 a night sometimes, and tears come to my eyes because I realize that it's making a difference in the world.
It truly
is, but it's a lot of it's a big job for you, because you have to sleep sometimes. Also, like you cannot just answer calls and all kinds of messages, but it must be a tough job that too. Like
we're getting better. We're developing systems. Like right now, the Instagram, I used to answer all the Instagram messages myself, but my answers have been detailed and categorized, and now people can take and say, when I have tinnitus, as an example, here's the message I used to send. So basically, and we're getting artificial intelligence to help us with these things. So gradually, we're getting better and better and better at taking the way that I used to help people and getting that out. It's becoming a belief system for people, because it was so different from the way that the world thought. It took a while, because I couldn't stop answering the questions, because I couldn't turn them over to a practitioner, because they would go back to the old way that they did it.
So what actually came up here for, there was only one question. It started to be a little bit more than that. But I was wondering about the totally twisted. When you do it to both sides, you do first the right one underneath.
Yeah.
And you look to the left.
Yeah.
With your tongue in the cheek. And then you go to the right.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, would you take your left hand and you go here?
Yeah, okay, so let's do that, okay? I want you to feel it. Okay, just do the right side, right foot over, right arm underneath, left arm on top. I want you to feel something. Just turn your head to the left, but keep your body neutral. Just tune into your body, close your eyes, and feel where you're at. Do you feel energy? Just feel the energy. Now switch your arms. Now switch them back. switch them again. Do you notice the difference in where the energy flows when you switch your arms?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
So basically, the way they're designed is they're designed to calm down the nervous system. But when you switch your arms, it charges up your nervous system. It's polarity.
I know what you mean, but the question, I didn't really get actually to the end of the question. I think that when you put the left side, why do you start from the left?
You don't have to. You can start either way. What happens is the practice is not meant to be done word for word. It's meant to be interpreted how you need it. Like eventually you'll do swinger one side and you won't do the other side. You'll do pull over one side and not the other side. It's just that people need structure and they need to feel comfortable in that structure until they learn to trust their own body again. So it's just giving them a direction. You could do it both ways. There is no wrong way to do this.
I remember you saying this from the very first videos that I saw you teaching the stress release, that there's no wrong way of doing it. You cannot do it wrong. And I totally agree that, but always when I start to teach these things for other people, I feel that there's always an essence from the creator of the method itself. So
yeah, so that we just gave a direction. We just gave a direction. Here's how to do it. But then we say is try it the other way. Okay, lean over a little bit when you do it. Move around. So we get them safe in the movement so that their brain can recognize this. Like when you take a drug or you take a food over or you drink coffee for the first time, you don't like it. The second time, you don't really like it. The third time, but by the 11th time you drink coffee, you're like, oh, your body gets used to the pattern of going through something to get the reward, which is the calming. So what it's doing is it's giving you the ability to build a pattern that leads to a release of hormones, which your body's used to. Once you get that release and you get used to it, then change it up.
Yeah, exactly. I think I saw it when the advanced version, when you go down from here.
Yeah.
Maybe it was just my restriction, but I felt like I really have to do it. Start the twist from the other side because something in my
that's what we want. We want you to interpret it, make it your practice. These are 10 fundamental movements that heal the body, help the body heal. And what I expect is if you took a look at yoga today, it's like yoga. You got Ashtanga, you got Yin, you've got all these different practices of yoga, but they all fall under yoga. This is yoga. Fascial maneuvers can be interpreted and created to make performance, to reduce stress, to get you high. I mean, instead of doing drugs in the corner of the streets, the kids can do fascial maneuvers. They get just as high. So whatever they want to do, they will learn. Because what it is even when I take drugs in the body, drugs don't make me high. Drugs trigger my body to release hormones that make me high. Well, you can get those hormones other ways. So people are going to figure out all kinds of stuff. We're teaching people how the body computer works again, because we were taught that this is mystical and it's ancient and we have to do it this way and follow this guru and this master forever. That's not how the body works. The body is a computer, and when you learn how the buttons work, you're going to press them yourself, and that's what we want.
That is exactly true. 100% true. Just the receptors here, we have it already here. So we don't need anything from the outside. It's pretty obvious, but we just need to make this heard in a way. I think all the kids in here, I hope all the kids in our small village, they start hanging around in the parks and drinking beer, coming with us.
Yeah, what they're doing is they're taking it's a very slippery slope, because once we eat food, which is a medication, we eat it like a fuel, which makes it a drug. Once we get on the drug of food, then from there we have to do something to feel okay in our body, whether it's sex, whether it's an exercise, running hard, whether it's taking recreational drugs, whether it's meditation or breath work. We have to do something because we're off balance already as a society. So as people do fascial maneuvers more, they require less and less and less outside stimulus. Like, I was never happy. I would never be happy. Like, I can stay in this compound and not leave here for like 6 months and be completely happy. Whereas like 3 years ago, if I wasn't going somewhere every day, every 2 days, I wasn't happy because my body was looking for stimulation.
I feel that.
Yeah. Hey, can I say something?
Yeah.
Something. Yeah. One thing I wanted to mention that I know you guys have lots of energy healers and people who knows about, how could I say, the unseen stuff. And yeah, I just wanted to mention that it's really beautiful thing that you're offering a tool for them too, because once one is really tuned up with a higher frequencies, they're not higher, but once one is you know maybe what I mean.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. It takes energy workers and turns them. Everybody is an energy worker. We are all spirits, but our spirit is is perceived through this body, which is primarily fascia. It's all fascia technically. And our crystal is plugged up. But when we open up our quartz crystal, everybody has access to the same abilities. And everybody's psychic. Everybody is telekinetic. Everybody is harmonic. Everybody can do everything. But we were taught that we couldn't. So what we're doing is we're unclogging everybody's crystal, and they're able to then do stuff with their lives and their body that they never thought. Like, I can feel everything in your body that's off or not working. I can feel it right now talking to you. But I couldn't do that 3 years ago, 4 years ago. And so this is a natural ability, and I believe all these natural abilities were taken away from humanity.
Yep. Yes, they are. And it's really awesome that you're kind of combining the information from both, because it feels like there are kind of two groups taking care of your physical body and then talking about that spirituality and whatsoever. It seems like they go kind of a different paths. Once it's ideal that they could combine in one.
Yeah, it's a touchy topic, because the ones who are taking care of all their spirit usually have shitty ass bodies, like just they're broken. And I'm like, and gurus. I mean, some of the biggest gurus in the world have been in my hands, and I'm like, something's wrong if I have all this life, you know, all this spirituality, but the spirit that I observe it in is broken. And broken isn't disabled. Like, if I don't have my use of my legs or something like that, that's another story. But I still believe we can pass that. I believe that the body's designed to heal itself from anything, and further, the way we heal from everything is we don't see that the obstacle we have needs to be healed. There's nothing. The body, we say, is broken, but it gets up every day. No matter how much crap we do to it, it gets up every day and breathes and looks and observes and walks or moves around. That's the miracle. The miracle is we're here.
Yeah. Thank you. That's something I wanted to still say.
I'm so glad to talk to you guys. I'm looking forward to Finland being on the map. Get in through the after the 28-day reset, get in the Lifestyle Artist program. And then that way you're going to find a whole bunch of people online around the world, because you guys have a gift, the two of you. And that gift there is not just in your hometown. That gift can be spread all over the world by talking to people. You're very, very powerful together. And I'm looking forward to getting to know you both.
Thank you. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Awesome. When's the next one?
Well, Claire was on there. She said she would come on, but it's 1 o'clock, so I don't know if you want to.
Oh, Claire's on?
She was. I don't think she's on there anymore.
Okay. Claire Crawley, right?
Yeah, that's that.
Okay. I wonder if she's there. I would love to talk to her.
Okay, let me ask her if she can jump on.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to talk about
No.
UT.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's okay. It needs a little bit of time. It's okay to see if Claire is still up there. See if she's on. We missed her yesterday. She was going through her own little detox. Yeah, I've been, if you're having trouble with tinnitus, DM us and at Human Garage, and we'll give you some background. There's many different reasons or causes of it, so you have to look at them all. But chronic dehydration is the biggest one. Hashimoto's 28-day reset. I have not seen anybody who's done the reset for 3 months in a row that still has Hashimoto's, Graves' disease, rheumatoid arthritis. We have thousands of people that say that they have gotten over it. Hi from London. Ruby Jeans. Yes, Claire. Claire was going through her own little bit of detox yesterday. And that's part of the journey. Hello from Vancouver. That's TJ Note. TJ Note, are you going to come to our event next week? 16th on Saturday. One of the most powerful transition days in human history is next week on Saturday. So what are you doing next week on Saturday? I mean, if she's not, I'm going to actually... Oh, was it 1 o'clock?
1 o'clock.
Oh, I've been on here for 2 hours?
I've been on here for 2 hours.
Oh my gosh. Cheapers. I didn't even realize that. Okay, everybody. So listen, we're going to wrap up. I mean, I was kind of like, I'm feeling like I'm tired, but why am I tired? I thought I had 1 hour to go. So TJ Note, you want to, then come on in. If somebody's in Vancouver and they're having financial issues, and I just want to put that out there, and financial issues are there, just let us know. We'll give you a ticket. I mean, the money's there. The reason why we have money is so we can pay for it. Expenses, the facility and the audio and AV up there, super expensive, man. I mean, it's like 3 times what it is in the United States. So yeah, if you do need a ticket, just DM us and we'll give you one. I mean, the whole idea of contribution is we have to have either on or off. So, and also too, you know, like we help people all the time out. We help people with supplements. We help them with tickets. We help them with programs. And this is meant to be an ecosystem where people contribute and help each other. And we're building that. We're building an actual process so we can measure the results. So, okay, guys, the next time I talk to you, we will be in Vancouver, ready for our event. We will be in Houston at some point, ready for our event. Yes, get your passport. You can get it. You can get your passport in 24 hours if you have a plane ticket, by the way. Go in and say, I need it. They can do it. It's emergency. I need it for a medical treatment. Yes. Yeah. Okay, awesome. So if you haven't done it yet, guys, go check out our event section. And we also have an autoimmune event online on the 17th. And that autoimmune event on the 17th, it's a workshop. It's not a class, it's a workshop. And we're going to be going through maneuvers for autoimmune. We're going to be talking about diet for autoimmune, supplements and why and how, and why people are trying. Look, if you have an autoimmune condition and you're struggling past 3 months, it means that you're not doing something right. You haven't eliminated something. You're still doing something. You need a hand getting over something. Yes. So we're going to be clearing that up and blowing up some myths about it too. Okay, everybody. See you on Monday. Oh, go to our YouTube and sign up on our YouTube. Subscribe, please, and hit the notification bell. Take care.